Hello, crafty friends. How are you today? What's your weather like? Because it is springtime here in the Pacific Northwest. We have sunshine, 60 degrees. I even went out yesterday and mowed my yard for the first time. The front had gotten really tall. The side field in the back wasn't too bad. But anyway, it's all mowed. I used the highest setting, and probably on Saturday, tomorrow afternoon, if it's really nice, I may go over and Susie Cute has decided to join us. Notice the tail. She's such a help. She loves to she's just one busy kitty. There she is. So she says hello. Look at that cute face. I just love that face. Mwah. I'm sure she really loves that. Anyway, besides the mowing, I got a few things done yesterday. I got the last card cut from 3 weeks ago when we did our textured notes. Hi, Jan. Good to see you. Hi, Gladys. I'm glad you're here. Susie Cute is glad you're here, too. I am sure. She's going to go back on the floor, though. When she's purring and nice, because, she is in her crazy teenage years for a kitty, and she can be a little rough. But when she's being nice, I sure appreciate holding her and listening to her purr and petting her soft little fur. Oh, thank you. I think she has pretty eyes. I really like that her face has filled out with the hair. She had quite a bit of scarring from flea bites and such when I first got her. So it's nice to know that that's a thing of the past, and she's healed nicely from that, and she's just doing really well. So what did Susie Cute do this week that was interesting? Well, I will tell you. I took and went in the last chance list, and I pulled, oh, hi, Luann, you did make it. I'm so glad. I pulled all of my last chance items. I had them in some baskets and a tote here so that I could, quickly access them. It seems she got in them. Started pulling things out. They were all over the floor, and she tore into the one of the twine packages that had never been opened. It's open now, and the twine has been chewed on. Anyway, so I had to put everything away into the closed room because I can't trust her to stay out of stuff. I hide as much as I can, I lock up as much as I can, and she still finds things that she can get into. So she's a destructive little teenage kitty right now, and I'm going to be okay when she gets past this stage. But for now, it's what we have at my house. So what do you have at your house? Are all your animals well and happy? I hope so. Today, just want to remind you of a couple of things. Creativity Now is coming up. Registration, I believe, is April 16th. And that is a demonstrator event, I believe. Oh, hi, Sandra Hazley. How are you? Thank you for joining us. I know a lot of them here are demonstrators watching, so I'm looking forward to Creativity Now. They always have given us in the past a little bit of some information about how a stamp set is made or how some designer series paper is made, and I appreciate that. The other thing coming up is the virtual album retreat. Everybody who purchases the monthly set for doing the album will be able to attend this event. Haven't decided yet if I'm going to do it. Oh, Luann, a 9-month-old baby who's mobile. Yikes, yes, she's fun, I tell ya. Nothing like an orange cat with a mischievous mindset. Here is the other thing I wanted to show you. Oh, Oliver has fun. Oh, he's fun to watch playing with his toys. Yes, and I came home with a couple new toys, and so that has kept her a little bit busier. But, she takes her toys, she plays with them, then she hides them from me. I would imagine that if I moved the chair and the couch out, I would find a ton of toys, and we would have more to play with. Okay, the tote. Now, I know I don't really need this tote. I also know that I really want this tote. So it is, because I'm a silver, I need to sell $900, have sales of that in the month of April, and I'm already over halfway to my goal thanks to the pre-order. So I'm hoping I make it. I think I'm going to do I know I'm going to do on April 21st at my house a customer appreciation get together. Hi Cindy, good to see you. I hope you're well. Let's see. Let's come over to our inspiration card. Now, either on Facebook or on YouTube, the algorithm, that's what it is. They both use different algorithms. So if you could like and share, that would be wonderful. For shares, I like to give away the card I did like next week. I will give away, I'll send out 4 of these, 2 for commenting, 1 YouTube, 1 Facebook, and the same with sharing, 1 YouTube and 1 Facebook. So it's really nice. I get to cut paper and have fun and mail things out and give you a present, which I like. Now, last week we didn't actually do a card. We just did show and tell, partly because I was a little low energy from influenza A, getting back from OnStage, and partly because I just had so much to show you. It's crazy. I still have a lot to show you. So I've got a bag of swap cards sitting over here to show you and my Happy Mail. Oh, and Kat sent me something that you're going to love. It's going to keep me busy gardening, but you're going to love it. Okay, so here's our card. This was one of our swap cards. This was made by Jackie Hardy, and she lives in Pembroke Pines, Florida. But isn't that cute? This is the, oh goodness, Ocean Friends, from the Ocean Friends suite. And I just thought this would be a fun card to make. But first I had to get out my little ruler. Oh, do you remember my ruler, my black ruler? I've had this since school. So this is a really old black ruler. It's just been with me for a long, long, long time. We won't say how long, okay? Anyway, got my ruler out, managed to put it somewhere and lost it. Got another ruler out and managed to keep it where I could find it easily. So after a bunch of measuring, what I found is, this is the card we're going to make. It is a card base, just a regular card base. So it's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Easy peasy. And then the designer series paper on the top is just 4 by 5 1/4. And I glued it down just around the edges because we're going to cut out this middle section from our card base. Now the white took a little more measuring, but it is 5 inches tall by 8 inches in length, and it's scored at 2 inches, 3.5, and 5.5. And so I measured my sections, and then I added those two to get them together to get the other score lines. So this was a fun card. I've got a lot of little bits and pieces. I was having fun. We're going to use whole olive ink and rhinestones, because rhinestones make great tittles. What, you ask, is a tittle? It is the little dot that goes over the eye. And I will show you that when we get to it. I remembered that I own adhesive sheets. I am so proud of me. I used adhesive sheets today, and I will have adhesive sheets on your die cuts also. Then I used the beautiful butterflies and the beautiful butterfly dies. I didn't use the embossing folder. And then I used the Delightful Wishes, both the stamp set and the dies. And of course, one of my favorite papers. I just love this. It is the Floral Delight 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. And I took, early on, when I got this paper, I decided to use my scan and cut and give it another chance. And I cut out from one of the pieces of paper, Designer Series paper, all kinds of fun things. As long as I don't try to do a full sheet at a time, and I use pixie spray on it so that it stays in one place and doesn't move around. Hi, Cindy Walker. Good to see you. It works. I just do a section at a time. I don't trust it with a whole sheet of paper. It has ruined too many. But I am working at liking it. And as you know, if I use something often enough, eventually I like it. So let's get started. I'm going to put some of these things off to the side. So I have lots of room to make a mess. I used a lot of dies today. We're not going to be doing a lot of die cutting, but we are going to cut the center out of our new card. So I'm going to put these over here, maybe over even just a little further. Let's put it off the table because I think you can still see them. I have all kinds of fun things. I have my designer series paper in my Cardbase. Looks like that got a little adhesive on it. And the first thing, I think, I don't know what that's for. That might be extra, but we're just going to set it aside for right now. I am missing one piece of designer series paper that I cut. Well, we'll recut it. We can do that together. So let's first do this part. I am just going to take my Seal Plus and run it along the edges. I don't need to be cutting through Seal Plus. The good news is that the Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine and the dies cut through. Cindy, you love the ocean one. It is a pretty set. Now this designer series paper doesn't have a direction because the branch stems go all over. So let's put this down. And I'm going to take and run this through the die cut and cut it right here. So I've pretty much opened up my burnished fold. Let me go get my large Stamp and Emboss. So here we are. This might move just a little bit, and for that I apologize. Our sandwich is plate 1. There's plate 1. Plate 2. Plate 3 to cut into. And plate 3 to go on top. But it doesn't have a number on it. But that's what it is. And let me just take and put this on. Now I would like this to be fairly centered and straight. I think that's close. Let me just, okay. It is close. Let's take and put a piece of removable tape on the top of it so it stays in place. Okay, Cindy G likes the Ocean Friends, and Cindy Walker W loves the floral. I was a little unsure which one I would like. I almost went and grabbed one of the ones I put away that's on the last chance list, but then I realized I'd have to check the last chance list to make sure it's still there. Things are going fast. A lot of it is on as a sale price. Okay, here we go. Now come on. Because this went through just fine with 2 of them. Yep, there we are. Okay, let's get rid of... Okay, there it is. We're going to take this and put it away because I think I have die cut everything else. No guarantee on that one. everything else could be done on the smaller cut and emboss, which is a lot easier to have around on the table. So taking off my tacky tape carefully. It is really a very low tack tape. It's a white Scotch, I believe. And then these just come apart. Here is a piece that is used, you can use it for something else, another project. So I'm going to set it aside. Here is our fun piece. Looks like I got my adhesive down just a little too low. There, all cleaned up. We also need a white one, and well, I thought I cut it. I don't see it anywhere. So I'm going to grab some Whisper White. I think my Whisper White scraps. Do you find that your Whisper White scraps, you get down to the point where everything is just a strip and you don't actually have any actual pieces? Let's see. Nope, not wide enough. When I get to this point, sometimes I start over. I just dump them into the recycling. I don't throw them away. Let me cut a smaller piece here. Okay, I will be right back. Won't take me long. So what's everybody drinking? I've got ice water right now. I'm making some brewed iced tea from Snarky Tea. I think it is cherry banana split, but may I say that it smelled really good. It's sitting in the fridge finishing up brewing right now. Okay, so we've got our two pieces. I'm putting away my white scraps. And we are going to play with our basic white, scored at 2 inches, 3.5 inches, and 5.5 inches. And it is a mountain fold, and let's burnish that right now. Actually, let's give this one a little burnish since we opened it up. So we have a mountain fold, and our last fold is a valley. Burnish those up. So here's what it looks like. Mountain, mountain, valley. My designer series paper moved on my card. Look at that. And the cutting. That is not good. Well, this one is going to be what it is. I'm not happy with that movement though. I have a piece of okay. Did I do my let me measure my score lines. Last time I did this, there's 2 inches, 3.5. Maybe I put away the paper that I wanted to keep out and put my scraps here. Because I need a piece that's 4 inches long and 1.25 inches wide. So let's go ahead and cut this at 4 3/4, because remember our white is 5 inches. Then we will cut a 1.25. And I really do like it when my patterns carry over. And then the next one was 1 3/4. So patterns aren't going to carry over today because I don't have a piece that's big enough. Let's see. That's going the wrong direction. Oh my goodness, I'm having... Oh, Gladys, what have you got? Blueberry and peach. I like the blueberry and peach. And I think I'm really going to like we will do the 1 3/4 inches out of this one, and they're just not going to match in patterns. There we are. The cherry and banana split. And it is 4 3/4 inches long. Let's do that. Actually, we might do something a little bit different. Since the pattern isn't going to carry over, let's turn one of them with the back side, and this one, because this is going to be partially covered. There, that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to get my Tombow glue out. It is at the end of it's not quite empty, but I find that at the end and the beginning when you're first using them, well, I did that wrong. Boy, do I get points for doing everything backwards today? If so, then let's do this one going the other way. I noticed on the Ocean Friends card that she left this open for writing on too. And I decided I didn't need to write that much. I'd rather see designer series paper. It is one of my favorite things, the designer series paper. And green glue lets us reposition things pretty easily right at first. Now this, I'm going to stamp our sentiment before I put it on the card. Oh, thank you, Cindy. You know, it's just one of those days. It's a good thing that there's no mistakes in crafting, right? We can fix it. This says, "You all the best." And the front will have the word wishing. And we will decorate this a little bit down here. But first, we're going to put it together, because this is the most interesting part of the whole thing. And I used tear and tape because this card has a lot of movement to it. Hopefully people will be opening and closing it a lot as they're admiring it. So here we have tear and tape. This side is going down against the back part of our card. So I'm going to put tear and tape on the two sides. Let me burnish that on. It's so much easier to get the backing off when you burnish it down. We'll tear this off. And let's see. So we wanted this to go right here. And I'm keeping it to, I'm not on the fold line because I want it to fold nicely, but I'm very close to it. So burnish that down. I obviously did something wrong. Huh. have a little bit, we've got a little glue here, and that's okay because, nope, that's not okay. I just made this. You'd think I could have remembered for 5 minutes. So we're going to take this and we're going to take off that glue with our eraser. Which reminds me, next week, let's play with some of the 3D projects I got. Let's make 2 or 3 of those. I was thinking the hand cream holder would be fun. And also the little purse that held the chapstick. And then I've got the one that it held the chocolate, the 6 pieces of chocolate that no longer exist. They were quite good. I'll go buy some Dove chocolate though this week. So I thought if we did that, that would be kind of fun to do 3D projects. I'm hoping you'd like that idea too. Yes, lots of opportunities. Okay, getting this off. It's a little messy, but important to do it right now before it really has a good time to set up. Because that's one of the things that we get to do is we want that center section that's moving to be free of this section. Okay, I'm getting there. Just a little bit left. It amazes me how long these erasers last when I know I use them a lot. This would not be the first time I've ever put glue on the wrong spot. Okay. Oh, thank you, Cindy Walker. Yes, there's always ways around it. Sometimes it just makes a little more work, though. Okay, I think we're almost good here. And just to make sure there's nothing left to harass us with sticking, I'm taking my embossing buddy, which is just filled with a powder, kind of an anti-static powder, but it also destickifies everything. See, no sticky. Nothing left to catch. Okay, so we've got that. Now we are going to put this side down. This side can actually have both sides covered with a tape because I want it to be in place. I don't want it moving. No movement for this one. And because we're going to want this to lay flat, it's always nice. Let's see. Let me get this up first because I can't think and talk at the same time. There are days I can think and talk at the same time. Today is not one of them. Okay, here we go. If I fold this like this and put it down, it will fold up. And even if it doesn't close quite like you'd want, you can force those fold lines to just a tiny bit so it closes. Then we take our peach pie cutout and we put it right in here. And we are going to use green glue. And try not to let it get too much. Just enough to hold it in place. because green glue happily lets us move things around just a little bit. Make sure we've got that well situated. And then when you open it, it will move. There. And that is how you make this fun opening. Your eraser looks grungy? Yeah, so does mine. It's kind of a sad little thing. Hi, Kat. Nice to see you. It is an interesting card. It's just kind of fun, the way it opens up. I found the hardest part then, and what took me the longest, was deciding what to do with this. So I knew I wanted to do the wishing on the front. So I cut it out of, look, adhesive sheet. Yay, adhesive sheet is wonderful. I cut it out, and then, here it is. There's a two-part die. And it pretty much takes out the little chads, all the chads when you're pulling it apart. So here's wishing. Because I'm not good with, I just kind of stick it onto my take a pick tool and put it down. There's our wishing. And we've got our detailed wishing, and I did this out of Old Olive because that is our color of our leaves. Just wanted you to notice that this is not Old Olive. I did Garden Green. It was, I don't know, I thought it went well, but when I looked at it afterwards, I decided to go with the Old Olive. Now, in that die, there are the, okay, let's see if I can get this going. There are the tittles for the eye, the little dots over the eye. But I'm going to tell you that they're tiny. And I had a terrible time trying to get them out. It is possible. And if you want to take the time to do that, absolutely do it. It's pretty cool, actually, to do it. But I decided that I wasn't going to take the time. I'm going to get this down. So there's my wishing. And for the tittles, which is really a funny word. That's why I keep saying it. It makes me laugh. I have those rhinestones somewhere. Here they are. As you know, when I send you cards, I cut up my whatever embellishments I'm using. And I found that this poor one has been cut up quite a lot. All right, just put it on. Here we are. Let's take small rhinestones. I think I'll use the other side here with my, and look, you can just put those cute rhinestones right where the dots on our eyes go. Now, isn't that a great solution? They've got the dots. If you wanted to color them with your blends, you could. But you know how I like shiny things. And so that's a nice shiny thing. So here's what I did for the white. One of the dies in the Delightful Florals cuts out these flowers. And I thought, wouldn't that make a cute background? So what I did was I just did that. And then I took my scissors and I cut off the extra. This is a great use, by the way, for little scraps that are sitting in your scrap bin. I should ask, how do you keep your scraps? I used to keep them just in a box, and then I would look at the box and I would be overwhelmed by the fact that they were all there. I almost couldn't see the individuals. I couldn't see the trees, the tree for the forest kind of thing. So here we have just something fun to be in the background. And then on the background, look at this. You see that white? Adhesive sheet. I tell you, it's a good thing. I just want it to kind of fit right in here. Don't really want it to hang over, but it doesn't matter if it does. So I'm going to cut this off here. Take the adhesive sheet off. Anyway, back to scraps. Because I couldn't see them, I didn't use them. So what I started doing is I bought these cute little pouches, and I put my scraps in it by color. These are the ones that we used today and played with. And then I put them in a file cabinet right behind that color. 5x7 clear envelopes in with the cardstock. That's what I do too. I use, although for my designer series paper, which I seem to have a lot of sitting right here, I use what the dies come in, the clear plastic, and I keep it right in the container with the designer series paper. Okay, and now we have to build some flowers. Now this is what I told you, I used my scan and cut. So here's a flower. I've already Wink of Stella it, because flowers deserve to have Wink of Stella. And I found that my scan and cut also cut out these little ones that were in the background. And I thought, oh, I like that. That was kind of cute. So I think I'm going to put these here. And this one here. I'm going to put this one, I'm going to put it probably like this, on a dimensional. And it's okay for it to hang over a tiny bit. So let's put these on. And of course, I didn't have any adhesive sheet on my designer series paper when I cut it out. So let's put these up here. And I'll put these on the smaller branch. Let's see, my dimensionals are right here. So let's give this one a couple of dimensionals. And I cut out a little butterfly. I just can never tell which way it looks like it's going up. But I think with this it doesn't matter so much. So let's put this one down here. Make sure we can't have anything hanging off. That's the key. Nothing hanging off. I'll put a couple more rhinestones up here. I'll probably put 3 of them. I think that looks good. I think I'm going to take my butterfly and put it on the inside. Right down here. And so we won't need dimensionals for that. Just need a little glue. And I'm just doing the middle behind the body. And we'll put it there. It does take a moment to set. Okay. And we've got a lot of dimension on this one. I will cut you all 2 butterflies in case you want to put one up here. Are the pouches from Stamp and Stitch? Yes, they are. Oh, Luann, you keep yours in rainbow order. That is fun. I don't do that. I keep it in the color families and alphabetical by color families because I like alphabetical. Stamp and Stitch has a lot of cute pouches. Okay, let's put on, it's a little thick card of a card, but it's pretty. I like it. Let's put a couple more of these on. Let's give that flower a center and that one a center. Maybe they all get centers. Just little ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one under there. Let's just tuck it under so it kind of shows. There. And there's our card. I hope you like it. Oh, I like you. Thank you, Sandra. I'm glad you like the colors. I just really like this peach pie. And I'm not a yellow person, but I do like Daffodil Delight and Lemon Lolly. So that's the colors and the peach pie. Pretty. And pecan pie. Anyway, it felt really springy to me. And I am feeling like spring since we've got sunshine. And put the glue away. Move stuff aside. I have not done any envelopes yet for these. I will. What I will do is I will cut a piece of 5 and 15/16 by 2 3/4. I'll fold this back and I'll glue it on here. Then I'll cut off the excess, trim it, and put the excess on the bottom. So it will have a decorated envelope. It just doesn't have one now. And I didn't do one for this either. I am behind times. But I want to show you the pretties I got. Okay. Moving those cards up a little bit. And then this one. Okay. Happy Mail. I got Happy Mail. This one is in the wrong place. I actually think I made that one. You ever made one of these? No, I didn't make that one. This was a swap card. This was also a swap card. This is Happy Mail. This was from Shirley Meitzler. Isn't that cute? I love that bird paper. Get well soon. Shirley sent me a get well soon card, which was nice. She's a sweetheart. And Kat sent me a spring card, springtime greetings, in a, okay, I know it's got a name, but she also sent me these. She sent me zinnia seeds. I do love zinnias. I haven't had any for a while. So this is what's going to keep me busy gardening, because there's white, purple, one of my very favorite colors. That looks purple. Yellow, orange, and red. Thank you, Kat. These are so cool. I am so excited. I put these in a drawer so that Susie Cute can't get them. So they are safe. I have a little more weeding to do in a couple of beds, and then I'm going to start putting it in the ground. It is just still a little early. We're still freezing at night. So it's fun. Okay. Look at those chicks. Aren't those chicks cute? I look so adorable. I'm very excited anyway about the zinnias. Here is, let's finish this up. I will make I'll take pictures and make a reel out of them. This is Sherry W. It's Sherry Stampin' Up. Oh, she's from Ontario, Canada. How nice. The hardest part is getting into the plastic, I tell you. I don't seal mine, I just fold them over. Oh, the Storybook Friends Designer Series paper. Isn't that cute? That is really cute. And I'm going to keep this with it. Self-weeding is good. Yes, yes. Oh, here's one of those fun cards. This was from Ornetta Gilliam. And I think she also might be in, oh, maybe that is folded over. See, fooled me. And she did the scoring technique, I think, where you just score your cardstock. And it makes a really, really nice background. Very cute card. And I'm going to keep it in the plastic. Nope, I'm going to put this. I try to put everybody's name on it when I take the picture, so we know who it's from. So I do try to keep those together. This one is Lori Rubello. My guess is it says NOLA on it. So New Orleans. Oh, isn't that cute? She used the circles, the large embossing folder. This is adorable. That makes a cute purse card. She just tied them. Or maybe they're glued down behind here. I like this. This is fun. And it's got butterflies on it. I do like butterflies. Now here's another one made with the Delightful Flora DSP. Which is, I think it's just pretty. I'm glad it's carrying over. Here we are, a thank you card. Looks like that's a strip of cardstock, just going between the two Designer Series papers. This one is my favorite of that set because I love the blue background. Very pretty. And this is from Cindy Thayer. And we'll put that there. Thinking of You. That's really cute. That's a nice, reminds me of those cards you used, not cards, but pictures where they would just have a silhouette. That is really pretty. And I don't know who it's from because there's no name or card. But that is cute. And she included an envelope, which is unusual, but very nice. Here's another one with an envelope. Let's see. Look at that blingy paper. I like glimmer paper. Yes, Cindy, isn't that first card cute? Let's make that at our next team meeting. But this is a cute card front, and it's got an envelope with it. Nice background, cute thank you, and that adds a lot. So they had some in-color glimmer paper this last year, and that is pretty. And do I have a name? I do not have a name on this one either. Now this one uses an embossing folder, and she did put her card in. Pamela Mead. Wishing you a happiest birthday. I like the background, and I think this is an interesting shape. That almost looks like the a stack and shuffle shape, but it's very cute. Ooh, this is pretty. I think that paper was from Celebration. It is very pretty. Let's see. Do we have a name? We do not have a name. I think that is Celebration on a blueberry bushel. So that is cute. No name. Oh, this is the Dino Roar. I did not get that set, but I've gotten some cute swap cards using it. Who does not like a cute dinosaur? I ask you. I definitely like cute dinosaurs. And this has a name. This is Tracy Donath from Illinois. How cute she used her strips up. That's a good use for strips, to put it on a card base and then emboss it. That is a great idea. I also tend to have strips of everything. Oh, keeping this together. Here's a thinking of you card. Oh, I like that fold. Easy to make, but it also kind of keeps itself closed. And if you wanted to, you could put a little Velcro or a little magnet to make sure it stayed closed. But this is really cute, and it is by Janelle. Doesn't have her last name, but she did a lovely job. Ooh, this has that gold ribbon on it and gold embossing. Ooh, nice. I do like bling. I know the dinosaur strip card is pretty cool. Wishing you a lifetime of love. Nice wedding card. Can you catch that embossing? The shine of it? So pretty. And I love that new ribbon. And it was made by Wendy. Doesn't have her last name on it. Oh, here's another dinosaur. As I said, Stacy Tawari from Indiana. I'm always glad to get cards with a set I didn't have, to see what I could have done with it. But there's a happy little dinosaur. Oh, he's cute. Or dinosaur footprints, tracks to follow. And again, that was Stacy Tawari. Hopefully I didn't mess up her last name too much. Mixed media. And this is Penny Ginnery. Can't think of any way else to say it. Ginnery. She is from Ohio. I do like going to OnStage, and I do like swap cards. So this is just a cute little stand-up. This is like the one we made using, and we used mixed media. No, we used Thankful Garden a few weeks ago. So, as you may have noticed, as I noticed, I'm getting notified by Facebook that after a month, they really are removing videos on Facebook, but they're all living over on YouTube. So if you wanted to still see something, it's there. Sending you a big hug. That's cute. And this is from Patty Jean Warren. Oh, gotta keep that together. So one good thing about the plastic, it keeps everything together. Oh, I love the Country Woods. I'm sorry to see that going. This is from Eva Dietz, and she is a Washington peep. She lives in Enumclaw. Don't think I've met her at our PNW events, but it's nice to have. Isn't that cute? Place to write on the back. And if you wanted to use up even more designer series paper, you could put it on the sides back here. But that is cute. I like that. And I like that the designer series paper from that set is continuing on. Okay, this is too cute. It is made by Dana Miller. And hope you're feeling better soon. And all these wonderful Band-Aids she made. Isn't that cute? That's very clever. Oh, look at that black and white paper. I particularly like this one. Thinking of you today. I like it's got torn paper as an accent, a pop of color, or a couple pops of color. So it says, thinking of you today, and the day after, and the day after that, and the day after that, and so on. Very nice. That is Rachel Yurkanen? I did get a lot of great cards, and there's two more bags of these, just waiting to be shown. I'm trying to kind of dole them out. Celebrate. This is the Mixed Media Designer Series paper. Very pretty. Kind of a cute, instead of doing a belly band, but it looks like a belly band. So that's very cute. These dies are being retired, so they're on the last chance list. Those are the Springtime Corners. And Karen Chesterman created that card. Somebody is now clawing at my leg, wishing she could come up. I'm afraid that if I let you up, you'll mess up all my cards. They're stacked so nicely. There you go. You can help yourself. You can say hello to everybody. Laura Diamond created this thank you card. That is very pretty. It's very, very simple. It's the piece of designer series paper, mounted on black. I love you too. Now you can go. And she used one of those sentiment stamps that does a background texture, which is pretty. I don't remember what set that's from. Okay, two more. One more after this. This was made by Virginia, I can't read upside down, Kilmore. I got the Virginia, I couldn't do the Kilmore upside down. Big hug. And this is one of my favorite folds. This is the back fold card. I enjoy a good back fold card. They are fun to make, only because it seems like it shouldn't work, but it does. Oh, and this one's for the books. Again, that's another suite I didn't get. And it was made by Donna Butler. Isn't that cute? I think those are the glossy dots. This one's for the books. I think that is really cute. Anyway, those are some of the cards I got. Yes, Susie Cute is so cute, and she knows it. You love them too, Kat, the back fold? Yeah, it was really fun. And so what I find is that I take these and I put them in my little container that I keep for all my samples. And then I pull them all out when the stamp is retiring. And so I took all my last chance cards out and put them in with my cards. And so I have a ton of cards. So what I thought for last week, that instead of drawing any names and sending them out, I am just going to send everyone who commented on my videos on YouTube and Facebook. Boy, if I had a brain, I'd be dangerous, I'll tell you. I'm going to just send you all a card. So if I don't have your address, I will PM you. I'll send you a direct message, and we will get your address, and I'm going to send them out. I don't know what you're getting. You're probably swap cards from someone else. Might be a card I've made, but they're going out because I have a ton of friendship cards. And I consider you all my crafty friends. So I'm sending everybody one. So I hope you enjoy. I haven't made the list yet. That was my brainstorm while I was creating this card today. What can I give you for last week as a present for joining me? Anyway, I think that's it for today. I hope you're all doing well. Have a wonderful weekend. If you have sunshine, get outside and enjoy it. Actually, I think I might get out my lawn furniture. I think. Oh, where am I? There I am. Anyway, I thought I'd get my lawn furniture out on the front. Wipe it down, put my feet up, sit with a glass of my iced tea when it's done, and enjoy the lovely weather. And until next week, when we play with 3D projects, and 2 of the 3 that I'm thinking of were designed by Jan Bassett. So I'm looking forward to it, and they're very cute, and she gave really good directions, so even I can understand them. Anyway, have fun, enjoy, and happy crafting, my friends.